morning, good morning. This is Colleen with Cards by Coco, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you from Kalama, Washington. So I'm going to kind of use an unusual set today, and we're going to case the catalog. The wonderful thoughts, and I say it's unusual because there are not a ton of images in it. It comes in a bundle. I can't wait to show you the dies because there's a little bit more offered in the dies than you would be led to believe. But the sentiments in this set are amazing. I'm going to case the catalog. We're going to take a peek at that. We're going to make a card, and let's get this video started. While I turn you around here, and you're going to look at my craft room there, or actually the door, the door, the fan. I just want to remind you that we're in the last days of bonus days that Stampin' Up! Is offering if you place an order over $50. So I wanted to let you know that. Other than that, the website kind of turned over for us demonstrators. So, you know, I have not had the opportunity to look this morning. If you are catching the video either live or on YouTube, when I move it over there, not move it, but when I upload it over there, watching the replay, let me know, say hello, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the card, where you're watching from, all the fun things. So this is today's card. Let me show you the catalog. I love to case the catalog. This is what I came up with. So I'll give you the dimensions. It's super fun. We use a lot of the dies. Very fun card, very easy to come together, which is, you know, if you followed me for any length of time, you know I like easy. I am a simple stamper at heart. So this is what I came up with. I never adhere the inside layer to my cards until I either stamp the occasion on them or I write my note. And the reason why is, you know, you have the perfect card for whatever occasion you want to make, and then you end up spelling a word you spell so many times wrong, or, you know, something happens, the pen leaks. So I always wait to adhere my inside panel until after the card is complete. Let me get this started. I use Lost Lagoon for this one. We're going to switch over to Pool Party for the next one. I am also going to use oh my gosh, all of a sudden, the Inked Botanicals designer series paper. So let me show you this. This is so much fun. I absolutely love, love, love the colors in this paper. It is, let me turn that the right way. It is one of my favorites, and I have been going through it. So I'm going to show you this side of the paper. Here's some of the scraps that I have left, and then we're going to turn over to the other side. So what I love about this is I love like a plaid checked pattern, and we have some of that. And, you know, I just absolutely love patterns like that. Okay, let me show you the stamp set and the dies again, and then we are going to get started on today's card. So this is the stamp set. Wonderful Thoughts. 14 stamps. So that's 14 different sentiments, which is absolutely great. Oh, good morning, Judy and Sharon. And let me go ahead and show you the dies. So this is what I really wanted to point out here. So this die set has 19 dies. But look at this. You have hearts. You have flowers. This is the die cut we'll be using today. We have things that you can use for tags, banners, just so much right here that I absolutely love. So you can really, you know, stamp your sentiment, grab one of the right dies, and you're done. So let's go ahead and get today's card started. Like I said, this card I used Lost Lagoon, which I really, really, really like. I think that's what it's called, Lost Lagoon. You know, all of a sudden I'm having a second thought. I'm going to have to look here to make sure I'm saying it right. Let me see. I don't want to, yep, it is Lost Lagoon. The new colors, and I'm just so afraid I'm going to get them wrong. So in the card in the catalog, and you will find this bundle on page 41, and if you order the bundle, it's 10% off. They use the water painter. I have to tell you, I cleaned my craft room. I cannot find my water painters. They're somewhere in here. So we're not going to be using that today. I did little die cuts. I'm going to show you how easily that comes together. So, like I said, we're going to start with Pool Party cardstock. I wanted a little brighter. I really like the Lost Lagoon, but I wanted to try a little brighter card. So I'll see what you think at the end. So right down the middle of your paper, 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. Again, you know, there's two sides. There's kind of what you would call the mountain side and the valley side. I usually pop mine towards the valley side and then cross, you know, fold over on the mountain side. It tends to give me a little bit of a crisper image. So I am going to go ahead and grab my bone folder and just fold that down. So that's pretty easy. This is that gorgeous designer inked botanicals designer series 6x6 designer series paper. Look at this pattern. This is the back side if you wanted something a little brighter, a little bit maybe more fun. Oh, and you know what? My comments just, oh, here they are. Good morning, Joan. So anyway, and this is just another standard size. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4. So it doesn't get any easier. When I say I like simple cards, you guys know I like simple cards. So we're just going to use some of the glue here. I like the multi-purpose when I need a little bit of wiggle room. Of course, be careful not to go right to the edge because you don't want any of your glue seeping out. You can see here I have a little, here, I'm going to do this really quickly. You can see I have a little, didn't fold exactly. There's just a little bit lip there, right? So we don't want this to be the front of the card. I'm actually going to flip it over so that part's towards the back and we have the nice and pretty front part, okay? So that's the important thing. So look and see, no matter how well we measure and try and get that score line, sometimes our card is just not going to fold as perfectly as we want it to. Oops, 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 oops. Look at that. My goodness, this thing is just slipping everywhere. All right, I'm going to go off camera and wiggle it around. There we go. I think I've got it now. Maybe. Let's see here. Well, see, I said I needed some wiggle room. I didn't know I was going to jinx myself there. We're just going to call that good. It's going to be a little off even, but it's okay if it's off center. We're not going to worry about it. And then I'm going to show you how I'm doing this die cut. Let me grab my mini machine. Not every card can just be perfect, can it? I would like for one card to be perfect. So again, I'm going to bring in my dies and I'm going to grab this banner. I've got, see, you don't have to watch me cut all 5 out. I've got most of them done. I've got the other 4 done. I just wanted to demonstrate and show you, let me grab another piece of Pool Party, how easy it is to do this. All of these dies will fit in the mini die cut machine. So if you're a person that only has the mini die cut machine, then you'll know not all of the Stampin' Up! Dies fit through. Some of the larger dies do not. All of these dies do fit through the mini. So that's the good news there. Let me toss this out of my way. And I wanted to add a little bit of color on the side. And I think I mentioned at the beginning that I actually tried to clean my craft room. And the reason why is because I looked at my videos and I thought, oh, behind me looks a mess. I just have things thrown on that shelf. So this weekend, I'm going to start making that look a little bit better. But it just means I can't find anything right now. So I've opened up my Pool Party ink. I've grabbed the tweezers from the embossing kit. Since I can't find my daubers, but I could find my brushes, I'm just going to dip my brush in here. So if you only have the blending brushes and you don't have the daubers, which I would recommend getting, but if you don't have them and you wanted to make a card like this, just dip it in the ink and go around the edges. The reason we do this is just to give a little bit of shadow, and it gives a little bit more dimension and interest to the card. And you want to be kind of have a light touch here. You know, you don't want them real dark, but you just want enough. And as you do it, you'll know what just enough looks like, right? It's one of those things you have to do. So there we go. Easy, easy, easy. That's done. So that part's done. Let's go ahead and put these on our card. I hope you all are having a good summer. I have to tell you, I have been having a really, really fun summer, but I am not getting much done other than yard work. My hands are a mess. My nails are a mess. Everything's kind of a mess because it just, you know, it's summer and we're all out there gardening and whatnot. So just eyeball this and center it as best as you can. Don't press it down too hard though, because you may end up needing to move it. So what I do is, just to get the first one somewhat centered, is I actually do have a ruler, and I'm just going to take it on the side here and kind of line myself up a little bit. So I'm pretty much a 1/2 inch on either side, and then that just helps me eyeball it. I like to get the first one done and then go from there. And then just dimensionals. You could put 3. You could put 3 dimensionals across. And again, I start with the center one, and then I just go up a little bit, eyeballing. If you're real fussy, grab your ruler for everything. If you're not, then do like I do and kind of eyeball it. I'll take the ruler at the end. But again, don't press these dimensionals down real hard until make sure that you are set in place. And this is my version of casing the catalog. I've been having so much fun doing some traveling, and if you have not followed my Instagram or my stories on Facebook, I post way more pictures of my flowers than anyone probably needs to see. And definitely not enough cards because it's, I live in Washington State. Trust me when I tell you, there is plenty of times when you live in Washington State that you cannot get outside because it's raining. Okay, so if you're real fussy, take it. Just go down the side, make sure you're a 1/2 inch on that, and then give it a press. There you go. So how easy is that? Now, I'm going to show you the catalog again, not because I'm pushing the stamp set, because I just want you to see this. Let me move this out of the way. Again, you can see they use the water painter up here. You could use your blends, you can use the water painter, you can do what I did, which is really, I just cut out a second set of dies using this die. So this is the floral one, and that's the one I used out of these 19 dies that come with this set. And then I went around and I just did it the Colleen way, which is just to figure out where I think I needed it to be snipped. And I just fussy cut it, honestly. I went kind of old school, didn't use anything fancy, no extra equipment. So this is a good way, if you don't really have everything, but you have the dies and you don't have the water painters or yada, 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 just cut out 2. Cut it in a coordinating color. And this is crushed curry that I'm using. It's a coordinating color with these inked botanicals. And I love the color yellow. And I have lots of yellow in my yard because it tends to bring the bees in, which I love. So anyway, let's go ahead and do this. And like I said, bonus days. And I did want to mention that the new mini catalog will be coming out shortly. If you want a catalog, please let me know. Of course, anyone who's placed an order in the last 6 months will be getting one automatically. But if you need one, let me know. Happy to send you one. Okay, let's do a little bit of coloring here. I wanted to bring in my Lost Lagoon, the light, I'm going to do this away from me. Last time I had on a really pretty blouse one time, and I just it splattered all over me when I opened this up. So I'm just going to go up a little bit up these stems like this. And then let's see here. We're going to want to color right here. And then I think right here too. And let me see what else. I'm looking for stems. You know what? I think we'll put our flowers on and then we can look afterwards. And I needed just a little bit of yellow here. And I'm taking a contrasting yellow. I'm actually going to use the dark lemon lolly for these flowers in here, and not any, I wanted a brighter yellow than the crushed curry. So I'm going to go like that and like that. So I know there's a lot of yellow on this card, and not everyone's a yellow fan. So if you wanted, you could use Calypso Coral for your flowers. You could use Petal Pink would work out really well. There we go. So then we're going to pop these right there. If you have Wink of Stella, you could add Wink of Stella to your die cuts. So lots of things you can do with this. I am just going to keep our card fairly simple here today. And pop this right there. So normally I would be doing anything glue based on my silicone mat, which is in the order that should be arriving later on today. Our little Lucy chewed up my silicone mat, so I had to reorder one. You know, labs, what can you say? Anyway, so then we're just gonna glue these pieces right here. What I like about doing it this way and with the water painters, either way you want, is you can really make these flowers however you want them. There we go. On this card, I did two. I only cut out one this time because I just like to make cards a little bit differently. So I think I'm going to put this one up here. You know, I think after we're done, I might add that other flower. We'll see. And what I did to glue this on is I just kind of eyeballed where I needed the glue to start. And then I just lifted it up and thought, oh, it needs a little dot there. You could use this, the adhesive sheets on the back of your die cut, and make a sticker. Would also work very, very well. But this was fine for me. There we go. And then I want to show you how this cuts out. Let's stamp our sentiment here. And I'm using Hi Friend. I'm going to grab a little piece of basic white out. Let's grab a little piece of basic white, some Memento ink. Let me grab Hi Friend. And we're going to stamp that down here at the bottom. Move this off to the side. And I have the die all out for that one. And I want to show you how this fits. So this fits just like that. How fun is that? Isn't that fun? And cut it out, and through the magic of video, there we go. Oh, Judy, I love simple cards too. Oh, and thank you, Sharon. I'm glad you like the flower pictures, because I sure post a lot of them. So I'm going to, on the third one, add this Hi Friend here. And again, you don't want to be real heavy with your glue when you're doing these little dies, because you don't want it to ruin your card. So if you can't get a little dot on this, let me see here. I'm going to put it up here in the corner because I'm afraid it's going to pop out. I don't know why there we go. If you just a little dot, and if you don't feel comfortable putting a little dot, go ahead and grab one of your glue dots. Take just a hair off of that. This is why I stamp in probably some of the oldest clothes I have, because I'm always wiping glue or something on myself. Okay, so I think I'm going to add, when you see the pictures, you're going to see that I've added another layer down here of these flowers. I'm going to go ahead and do that after, but I don't want you to have to wait and watch me do all the die cuts. So I am using the Glossy Dots assortment because, oops, let's get this out of the way. Yikes. Because it has the pool party that's kind of shiny that I love. This is my tip for today, Glossy Dots assortment. So you don't always have to go back to your catalog. Go ahead and write the colors that they are on the back when you get them. So this is Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mauve, Daffodil Delight, and Pool Party. So that will help you in the future as you are looking for things. Because, you know, we all remember when we get the new things, but we don't always remember after it's been a little bit. So I love these glossy dots. I really do. I think they are just so fun, so sparkly and fun. So, and I'm going to pick these up and put them right down there. And don't forget the inside of your card. So when I cut this panel, I had this much left at the bottom. That's what I had left. And look at that. It's going to fit perfectly right there at the base of this card. Okay, let me see. I don't want to get that glue on there, so I'm actually going to tear it off. And let's put this strip down there, dress up the inside panel a little bit. So again, when you look at the pictures online, I'm going to have cut another flower down there. Because I do like it better with the two and not the one. Whoops. My goodness, this is where you have a love-hate relationship with this liquid glue, right? Like it's either works great, you have a little bit of wiggle room, or the paper's everywhere. So this is today's Case the Catalog card using the Wonderful Thoughts bundle that you'll find in the annual catalog. Inside panel, again, I don't adhere mine until I write on them. This is a Hi Friend card, and I use the Glossy Dots assortment. What do you think? Did I case the catalog okay? Give me your opinion. Let me know what you think. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me, especially on my new time. I really appreciate it. I've taken up some pickleball, and that is now on Thursday mornings. Okay, you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for joining me.